Beautiful.
How can you stop when it's everything you dreamed and it's so far left to run? How can you quit when it's all you've ever wanted and you don't know what's to come?
Hey guys, I'm trying to figure out my look for show day. I decided to go with something glittery as opposed to soft. I want my eyes to stand out. You know, they often say like either decide whether or not your eye is gonna stand out or your lips, and I decided to let my eyes stand out, so everything is elaborate. So I'm trying to decide on this one. What do you guys think? Remember, I have a green posing suit, so it's gonna go good with green or this color. Either way, I'm gonna be happy. I'm using a combination of colors on my eyes, so when you guys help me decide, I'll definitely do a get ready with me and show you what I used to pull off this look. I also not have really elaborate lashes on, but it's a show. I was worried at first, thinking this is just too much, but you know, as I said, I'm gonna choose my eyes over my lips. I also have my hairstyle figured out, so I'm kind of excited about that. But I'm having a hard time trying to decide between this. I'm doing this color lip anyways, matte red, because I don't want to put a gloss. I want my eyes to stand out. Or this. So let me know. Don't think about your favorite color. Just think about a green posing suit and how this would stand out. There's Chitty. Hey Chitty. We're just outside and I just wanted to get this in the lights. Hi everyone, it's Wednesday, 4 days out of my show, so I just want to take my weight really quick.
Wow. And we back again.
So here
you know,
I
it's
am,
Tuesday.
Starting to
we on the
gradually
road.
cut water.
We had to do it from right here. Alright. Welcome to Hotel California. Such a lovely place. Such a lovely place. Plenty of room at the Hotel California. Any time of year, you can find me here. Checked in, checked out. I'm at a new one and then I'm next out. Yeah, and I'm singing, yeah, you please. You could come home, I'm like Kels, I got room keys. Like John Wayne, filming in the Best Western. On my mic, yeah, Miles Davis kinda blue. Saying everything I'm rapping, baby, you know this kinda true. Yeah, vacancies, it says it, signs of neon. Flowing in that prime time, I'm rapping like I'm Dion. You could say it's anything, the flow that I could be on. And I could be Buzz Lightyear, infinities and beyond. And we can get
So hot today. It is crazy hot, but are you guys digging the hairdo for competition? I'll talk to you guys a little bit about it, but I'm right here. I'm about to go get my pedicure. So my toes are a disaster. Do you guys see this? My toes are, this is from posing and training and just, oh, they're terrible. So I'm gonna get my pedi done. I don't know about my manicure. I don't think I'll do anything. If I can get like rhinestones, I'll do that, but I think my nails are good. So I'll just do a pedicure before the show. And I love coming to Oscars because they do offer you free drinks, and being on competition prep, that will be water for me, water without ice. And wine and whatever else. So if you're ever over here in Texas or my area, Dallas, definitely check them out. I go to a couple of places, but I like coming to this particular business. Bye guys.
We gon' do it, hotel room was blowing up, and you gon' get it every free until you know enough. Like, welcome to the Hotel California, yeah. Such a love, such a love,
I almost forgot to show you guys my pedicure. This is the color I chose because I didn't want my I wanted to keep everything neutral with regards to my feet. When I say neutral, with my posing shoes, not to outdo or overpower, but I like this color for stage, so hopefully you guys like it as well. I decided to take a few minutes just to talk to you guys about stuff that I already planned to talk to you guys about, and as always I have notes in my phone. And the thing about it, when I go home, it's gonna be late. It's already 6 o'clock and it's gonna be late and the house is gonna be dark, so I decided to just get this done. I hope you guys do not mind. At the beginning of this video, I know you saw the posing. I am really trying to bring my personality out on stage. I'm not new to stage, you know. If you've been following me, you guys know I've danced. That's kind of like my experience with performance. And I know bodybuilding is not the same thing per se, but in terms of stage fright, I don't worry about stage fright. You know, I really do not mind being on stage. So I'm working on my posing. I'm really trying to bring out more of my personality. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I'm looking now at my phone, guys. But my disclaimer for this video, just remember, everything I share, it's about me. This is what I do. I'm also gonna tell you that I'm going through a trial and error process. I've never cut before. And the thing about it, when I started, you know, doing my research and looking up how to cut and things like that, there is so much information out there. So much information. It's easy to get a little bit overwhelmed and just really confused. So what I decided to do was just take my time with the process, enjoy the process. You know, I'm a newbie at cutting, so I'm just doing what makes sense to me, and also I'm going off based on my how my body responds, and I'm just taking it easy. I'm trying to enjoy, I'm trying to fall in love with the struggle, if that makes sense. So with that said, if you are new to my channel, I'm also a natural bodybuilder. A lot of people, you know, look at people who participate in non-drug tested competitions and federations and assume that everyone is supposed to look the same. That is not going to be, you know, that does not happen. Natural bodybuilders do have a harder time with putting on and keeping muscle, and also cutting without jeopardizing muscle or sacrificing muscle to some extent. So I'm not saying it's not doable, it's just a little bit harder. And then being a woman, certain things are a little bit harder as well, like the body fat, etc., being distributed accordingly. Those things are a little bit more difficult. Doable, but it's a little bit more challenging in my opinion. The purpose of this video is to share my process, share my journey, share the fun and the hard times, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know, I've seen a lot of YouTubers share information, and they always present the information like they're living this glam life. I mean, come on, for crying out loud, it's prep week. Okay, prep week is not the easiest thing I've ever done. As a matter of fact, in terms of physical challenge, this is the toughest thing I've had to do so far. Okay, so far. So what I'm doing, I'm not deviating much at all from what I've been doing before. Today is my last day of training, so this has been recorded on Wednesday. So Wednesday, 4 days out of my first show. I've been on a push-pull program and all I'm doing is manipulating my water and carbs, because those things are what I understand very well. I'm not messing around with sodium. I mean, I'm sure, you know, a lot of people looking at this and you have done this before, you're probably thinking, okay, what's the big deal? But remember, I keep stressing that everyone is different. I mean, you see like these articles and that article and this magazine and this bodybuilder and that bodybuilder, so much information. I just think the biggest advice I can give anyone is really take your time and learn about your body. For me, this is the first time, so I know the second time, if I do a cut again, well, I think I will do a cut again, it'll be a lot easier, because I'll be more familiar with my body, how my body responds to certain things. I am drinking 2 to 2.5 gallons a day. I'm going to try to up my gallon in my water intake. The reason for that, I'm trying to cut water and cut water smartly. And I know some people get confused with that, but the more water you take in, the more you're gonna flush out. So that is the logic behind that, and maybe I can explain that in another video, but that is the reason why I do that. And then being a teacher, it's really hard with drinking all of this water. I swear to you guys, I'm in the bathroom, I have to leave my kids like every 15 minutes. I kid you not. I don't tell them where I'm going, and you know, I'm sure they're looking, a few of them probably saw this, they're gonna see this video, but I just have to go, and that's okay. It's just temporary. After this weekend, I'm gonna be fine, but I'm just telling you, that's part of the struggle. Today has been my lowest carb day. Oh my gosh, you know, but on the bright side though, being very busy at work, walking around, occupying my time, visiting with colleagues and things like that, doing all of this stuff kept my mind off the hunger. When I get home, that's a struggle, because sometimes my husband prepares stuff that's just really you know, delicious and appetizing and so on, and I cannot have those things right now. So it's a little bit harder, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You know, there's some things that I miss eating that I can't wait to enjoy after my competition. And I've decided on my hair, decided to go with something short, so that when I have to do that back pose, I am not manipulating, I don't have to pull over my hair or anything like that, because I don't want to risk forgetting anything. So yeah, that is the reason for the short hairdo. And the plan for the rest of the week, okay, so I got my pedicure done today. I'm not gonna get a fresh manicure or anything like that. I'm gonna try to save some money as well. And the rest of the week, the plan is just to rest and just, you know, just pose. That's really what I need to focus on leading up to show day. Now, for the stuff, the part of cutting people never share. Every time I try to pull up a video on YouTube, everyone sugarcoats this stuff. You know, I'm just gonna put it out there for you guys. If you're thinking about competing, I hope this is something you appreciate, because my gosh, it's not that easy. If you're doing it the right way, it's not that easy. I am going through the emotions. You know, sometimes, now first of all, you will either feel one of 4 things, and I literally typed what I felt, you know, during the time. So physically, you're gonna feel really soft, smooth, flat and tiny. No bodybuilder likes that feeling, because it sort of does something to you mentally. You feel like you start freaking out somewhat. You think like, oh my gosh, you're losing your gains and you don't have that pump, so you feel very you start going into that panic mode a little bit. And it's even harder if you're just natural, like you're not using any enhancements or things like that. So that starts playing on your mind at all. And today being my lowest carb day, I'm not carb cycling, I'm just, you know, this is just prep week and what it entailed. So today was my low carb. When I tell you guys low, I'm not even gonna tell you the numbers, but low carb day, you are probably gonna consider giving up. You're gonna start second guessing yourself. You're gonna start doubting the process. You're gonna start doubting what you did off season, even though I know I worked my butt off in the gym and I lifted and I made the gains over 1 year and 5 months. It gets to the point where you're like, man, did I prepare enough? Because you feel so soft and you feel like you're flat, and oh my gosh, it's a psychological thing. But anyone that tells you it's a thing, it's really a thing, because I was one of those who actually doubted people as well, and it's a thing. My emotions are on a roller coaster. sometime 2 weeks ago, I swear, I was there watching something with my husband, and out of nowhere I just went to the kitchen and I started crying. Guys, I cannot tell you if it's just something that I looked at that triggered my waterfall of tears, or I don't know what happened. It's just out of nowhere I just started crying. I wasn't hurt. He did not say anything. As a matter of fact, I think he was shocked because he was like, "Are you okay?" But it was a genuine cry. I needed to just let it out. And you know, that same week when I talked to a few of my bodybuilding friends at the gym, they were like, "Welcome to the club." You know, the women, they were like, "Welcome to the club." And I guess it's a hormonal thing. But there are days when my emotions are just really crazy. I'm super happy, and I get really frightened because I feel so unprepared, and it's just anxiety, and it's just all over the place, all over the place. But anyways, another thing people hardly talk about is the drastic changes that come with cutting and your period. So I remember this distinctly. Last month, my period came every week. It came for like 3 days and then stopped, then again, and then stopped. And, that happened consistently for 3 weeks. And then here I am a few weeks later and no period. So I'm just gonna put it black and white, ladies. If you are cutting, expect the crazy stuff to happen. But I have a weird feeling that my period will probably show up on show day, and I'll be so freaking mad. I'll be really upset. And the thing about it, your body is doing what it's doing because of the extremities that you're putting your body under. And your body's always gonna your body is smart, okay? It's always gonna try to go back to homeostasis, that place of balance. Your body wants to be balanced. The same principle applies with water loading. When you're taking all of the water, you're gonna pee so much. I even forgot to mention to you guys, I literally wake up every 2 hours. So I'm so tired. I have to wake up to use the bathroom every 2 hours, if not more, every night. And then I have to wake in the morning at 5 to go to work, an hour commute each day, and then I have to keep up with the kids during the day. So it's not an easy process. But the reason why you pee so much and then the body takes the extra water from underneath your skin and so forth, it's just to get back to a place of balance, And again, all of this stuff, it's just for another video. I don't want to overwhelm this video with this kind of technical sciencey talk. And then so yeah, I talked about second guessing. You start second guessing whether or not this process makes sense. You just start doubting everything. I went ahead and I registered for figure open, and I'm starting to feel like, did I make the right decision? Originally I said novice, and then I was like, nah, I'm not gonna be doing this forever. I'm just gonna take a big jump, and I decided to go for open. Now open is where anybody with any experience can go into that division, and novice is exactly that. You've never competed before. So I don't know why I did that, but we'll see what happens. Another thing that I had to deal with too, a lot of people have been giving me their unwelcome 2 cents, like, "Oh my gosh, what is wrong with you? You look so flat," or "Oh my god, are you okay? You look washed out. Like, are you stressed? Are you this? Are you that?" I'm like, give me a break. I am in competition prep mode, and people who don't understand that bodybuilders get a little bit annoyed. Okay, I know I'm speaking on behalf of the bodybuilding community when people who do not lift try to come in and give their 2 cents. Okay, yes, it's hard seeing your body get so flat and drained on low carb days, but it is part of a process. Yesterday at the gym, I kid you not, 15 people, I'm sorry, not 15 people, within 15 minutes, like 3 people literally asked me if everything was okay. And then this one guy, he was actually an IFBB pro, I believe, simply said to me, he was like, low carb day, huh? I was like, yeah. He was like, tomorrow's gonna be worse, which is today, and he wasn't kidding about that. And then he was like, no worry, it's part of the process. On your refeed day, you're gonna start filling out, and on show day you should be show ready. So that was a little bit consoling for me. And also from family and so on. I'm not saying my husband, but I've seen this on YouTube where boyfriends or girlfriends and so on will start freaking out. Okay, don't do that, because you're probably the one constant in that bodybuilder's life. Okay, they do not need the additional I don't want to say negativity, but that kind of feedback from the person closest to them. It's a process, okay? But anyways, I would tell you, I personally started feeling a little bit less attractive to my hubby. He did not do anything. The man reassures me all the time that even though I lost, you know, I dropped the weight and all that, I still have more muscle mass than I did when he first met me. He's so proud of me. He's my biggest fan. The man has been supportive. I mean, he really has been supportive. He's a maverick. I couldn't even ask anyone else to be like that for me. So you know, I cannot say my husband wasn't supportive. He has been through the good days, bad days, great attitude, poor attitude. You know, he has been there, and he has been very strong for me. But man, I admit, when I realized like certain things don't fit like I want them to, you know, and I don't fill things out much, I was like, okay, I don't think I want to be on this cut for too long. But yeah, I mean, as a woman, you know, you start feeling a certain way, and I'm just gonna leave it like that. If you have been through that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So with all of this said, one way I keep motivated is by taking audio stimuli to heart. When people compliment me and tell me, not necessarily about my physique, but they're like, wow, you inspire me, or you're so disciplined, or this and that, that really keeps me motivated. I am intentionally staying away from Instagram a little bit during all of this time because, you know, that's a different story. A lot of these so-called fitness chicks out there are really marketing the wrong idea of fitness. They go ahead and get these enhancements and whatever and fool these women into thinking you can do 10 bodyweight squats and do these light workouts and so on, and this is how you get a figure 8 or this banging body. And it really annoys me, and I know I put the work in. So, you know, just to avoid this kind of negativity and falsehood going on social media and people falling for the nonsense, I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna take a break from Instagram a little bit. I'll post things here and there, but that is my real reason for not being as active on Instagram right now, okay? And that's the video I'm gonna make in the future. And then also another way, the second way that I keep motivated is simply looking back at people who have always been an inspiration in the figure bodybuilding division, the category, okay? Namely Candice Lewis. She taught me my first set of posing. Latoria Watts, who is the current Miss Olympia. Kaya Boone, she's retired, but she is my current posing coach. I mean, there are just other women out there that support me. There are a few natural bodybuilders online as well. Some people I've just connected to, very reputable in the natural bodybuilding community. I go back and I look at their stuff, and that just keeps me reminded and grounded. You know what? I did the work, have confidence, and the most important thing, guys, is to really enjoy, to represent you guys, okay? I want you guys to be proud of me, and I want to represent you guys on show day, and really that's it. It would be really nice to win, but you know, knowing where I started years ago and looking at how I progressed through the hard work, the dedication, it wasn't easy, and here I am now saying that I'm going to do a competition. You guys do not know how that makes me feel. I already feel so good about it, and to even place or get like first call or whatever, however they're gonna do that show, that would just be an honor. So I thank you for your time. I know this video has been a little bit long. This is how I came from work today, with a little throw over thingy because it's so hot in Texas right now, and of course a sports bra, because it's really hard to find a dang bra to fit your boobs and your lats at the same time. That this is just what's comfortable for me now. But other than that, I appreciate your time. I know this video was a little bit long, but as I said, it is comp prep week. I'm gonna head home. I have a little bit of shopping to do, but I'm gonna leave that for a separate video, and I'm also gonna include in another video what I have in my bag and makeup and stuff like that, just to help out the newbie bodybuilder. I know how it felt when I started and I just didn't know stuff, and so I'm trying to make all of my content available to you. So until next time, love you guys.